CNBC-TV18, embarking on a quarter century of excellence.
Welcome back. Well, markets are pretty steady and the broader markets are outperforming yet again today. So it's time for our special offering, Big Winners of 2023, where we're focusing on stocks which have shown a stellar up move in this year. And investors obviously are very, very happy. But they would like to understand what's the outlook from here on. NCC is one such stock. It's up close to 90% in 2023. The company has received a couple of orders worth 550 crores in November itself. We have with us Mr. Sharma, the head strategy NCC, who joins us on the show. Hi, Mr. Sharma, morning, and thanks so much for joining in. First of all, your investors will be very, very happy because 2023 has been good in terms of a stock price movement. Let's understand a couple of fundamental aspects, though. You know, the order inflow from the road sector has been a little bit slower, but yet your overall order inflow has been good. So give us a couple of details. What is the updated number in terms of order inflow that we have seen? And also, as a percentage of your order book, could you tell us which are those orders which will be executed in the near term, that's under 3 years, and which are the orders that will be executed post those 3 years? Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, very good morning. Firstly, I appreciate your commentary. And it is a matter of fact that, you know, we are sitting at the highest ever order book in the history of the company, is 62,349 crore. And as we speak, you know, this is one of the best book to bill ratios that we have reported in the recent several quarters. So we are pretty confident in the order book. We are pretty confident about our ability to execute these orders. We have, you know, 7 verticals in our company. The execution time of a project really depends on the kind of contract that we have signed with the clients. There are contracts which are required to be executed 18 months time, and there are contracts which are also required to be executed in about, you know, 5 years, 6 years time. So by and large, you know, if you insist, if you want to put a number, we are quite confident of turning over this order book in about, you know, 3 to 3.5 years. And we are pretty confident to achieve the 3 margin guidance that we have shared with the street. The first one, that was, you know, order inflow of 26,000 crore as we speak. You know, if you really take into account the announcements that we have made in last couple of months, we have already reported an inflow of about close to 21,000 crore, which is about 80% of the guidance that we have shared with the street. Yes. The second guidance that we have shared with the street is about 20% revenue growth. We have already reported a 35% revenue growth 6 months of this fiscal, and we are quite hopeful of, you know, achieving this number as well. That is 20% revenue growth. The third number that we have shared with the street is about EBITDA margin upwards of 10%. So we are quite hopeful of hitting that number as well. So we are pretty confident. Everything appears to be in place, and our execution is, you know, going full steam, and we hope to hit all these numbers by end of this fiscal.
Okay, all right. So you're pretty much on track, Mr. Sharma, but I think the street is sensing that maybe you could outbeat these numbers as well. We'll have to see for FY24. My question to you is, you know, you'll end this year at close to around 18,000 crores of revenues with margins of around 10%. I think PAT margins will be around 4%. By when can you get to, say, 25,000 crores of revenues in a fiscal year? And also margin improvement from here on, what can it be? You know, 10% is what you've already guided for. You're going to achieve that for sure for this year. What are the levers you have to, you know, see this move a little bit higher from here on?
This fiscal or next year? About the next year, you know, we have not really, you know, in a project business, the way we talk about the future is, you know, once we close the financial year, we try to review all the projects. We are not really talking about couple of projects, 10, 15, 20, 30, you know, we are talking about close to 150 to 200 odd projects. So, you know, by end of the fiscal year, we try to evaluate, you know, status of each of the projects and then try to work out a number that in the next 12 months, out of these, you know, about 150 odd active projects, how much is the contribution that is possible from each of the projects? Then we talk about the number. So give us some time, maybe in April or May, I would be happy to come to your show and talk about what is the margin that we have in mind for the next fiscal.
Okay.
Mr. Sharma, hi, good morning. Prashant here. So just two questions. One is, you said 35% growth in H1. So to meet 20%, you just need to grow 5-6% and you're there. So why not bump up the 20% number?
It is our considered, belief that one should not keep changing, the numbers quarter to quarter. The last year also we have reported a 35% growth. So better to, I think, it generates good visibility, good amount of, confidence, trust to all the market participants when we talk about a number and, hit that number, hopefully. This sends really a wrong signal to the market that every quarter you're trying to revisit. This is not how we really work. We believe in talking about a target and possibly surpassing that number hopefully.
Okay, no, that's point taken. Although it'll give the wrong signal if you downgrade expectations, which is not the case. I mean, what I'm asking for you is to, as you've done, beat and raise, as they say, right? But anyway, point taken. You want to stick to what you've said. You'll, when the numbers come out, of course, it'll be better than what you've guided for. Just a quick question: has there been a loss in pace of order awards on the road side, Mr. Sharma, over the last 2 or 3 months? So, and is not just for you, but across the board. That's what, data from the Ministry of Roads and Highways, etc., indicates. So the focus perhaps is on existing order execution. New order awards, that pace has come off quite sharply. Go on, sir.
That's right. You're absolutely right. But fortunately or unfortunately, we have not been able to bag a lot of projects, from this vertical, that is roads. There has been a lot of new players who have really jumped in the fray, and it is to their credit that they have been able to corner sizable portion of the new awards. So though we continue to bid for the projects in this space, but we have not really been very successful in getting a lot of projects from this space.
Okay. Mr. Sharma, good morning. I have a couple of questions actually. I want to start first with the water portfolio, because CLSC has put out a note saying that your water portfolio is in a prime position to get a lot of central government orders, especially because of the Jal Jeevan mission. Can you talk about what the opportunity here is, and over the next 1 to 2 years, how could you benefit from it?
Absolutely, absolutely. See, this scheme was really launched. Give me a couple of, bear with me for a couple of minutes to give you a sense of this scheme. This scheme was really announced in the 2019. The name of the scheme is Har Ghar Jal. So it's a Jal Jeevan mission. What the scheme intends to do is to provide the potable water connection to all the households. When the scheme was launched in 2019, we had about 20 crore households in the country. Really, it was 19.53 crore households. Only 5 or 6 crore had the potable water connection. So the scheme intends to provide the household potable water connection to all the households. And this scheme is jointly funded by the central government as well as the state government. The outlay of this whole scheme is 3,60,000 crore. So it's a very, very handsome, allocation of the resources by both the governments. And fortunately, we have been able to bag a lot of projects from this, this scheme. And we are already sitting at a very comfortable, order book from this scheme. And we continue to see award of a lot of new projects. Those schemes. Yeah, sure.
Can you give us the numbers, Mr. Sharma? What is the order book from this scheme currently? And as a percentage of your total order book, what is it now? How much can you grow it to?
It would be about 17 to 18% of our total order book.
Okay. And what is the value, the absolute value?
Absolute value would be about, about close to 19-20,000 crore.
19-20,000 crores just from this particular Jal Jeevan mission, is it?
All these schemes.
All the schemes.
In the Jal Jeevan mission, there are other bulk water supply schemes as well. you have to have the bulk water supply as well to supply household, potable water.
So this 20,000 crores, it's executable over what time period?
It depends, in the different schemes, the timelines are different. So it would be about, about 18 months to 2 years. There are projects which are required to be executed in 3 years as well.
And have you added this in your 20% growth guidance for the full year? I mean, is this a part of that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I just want to confirm that number, sir. Your total order book currently is around 63,000 crores. Out of that, you're saying around 20,000 crores is towards this water projects. Is that correct?
Our total order book is 62,349 crore, to be accurate.
Right. And how much is towards water?
Yeah, 19,000. Not only this scheme, as I shared with you.
All water projects.
In the water space, this is one scheme that intends to provide the potable water connection to the households. But you have to have the bulk water, available to supply these households. You have to have, the waste treatment plants. You have to have the STPs. So I'm talking about the combined number.
Got it. All right. What's the update on SEPCOP case? That arbitration award came in favor of you in the past quarter. I think they had said around 280, 300 crores. But the initial receivable, I think, was around 600 crores. So what is the recent on that? What is the latest on that front?
We have received the award about 198 crore, which is due to us. But as I shared with you in the last conversation that we had, there is a window available to each party to file an appeal of 3 months' time.
Yes.
So we have still some time at our disposal. So we'll cross the bridge when we get to it.
Okay, but you haven't decided as of yet.
No. We have consulted, few legal firms. So once some informed opinion is available to us, then we will take a final call. What is it that we intend to do?
Okay.
Give us some time. Maybe.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Maybe next about a month's time, we should be able to take a firm call. Then I would be happy to come and talk about this.
Got it. We'll be happy to host you again to get more clarity on that. You spoke about the Jal Jeevan mission and the huge opportunity. You said 20,000 crores is what you're looking at from there. Can you give us some of the other segments that you're present in? Smart metering, for example. What is your role at the moment? What's the opportunity there? And how is ground execution looking?
We have just bagged this order, about 3-4 months back. So I'm trying to answer this question about the smart meters.
Sure.
We have bagged 3 projects from the smart meter about a couple of months back. 2 projects are from the state of Maharashtra. The value of the order would be about 5,755 crore. 1 project is from the state of Bihar, that is 2,324 crore. So if you take into account the total order value from these projects would be about 8,000 odd crore, 8,080 crore. But what we have done is we have only taken the EPC portion of the order book in our books as we speak. And we have to execute these 3 projects in about a decade's time. So we have time. In the first 20 months' time, we have to really procure and install all these meters, commission all these meters. Then the annuity payment from the client would start. Your second question was about the verticals that we have. So other than these 2 verticals, we have other 2 verticals, what we call buildings division. In buildings division, we construct all kinds of buildings, all kinds of stadia, sports complexes. We have one more big division we call transportation division, in which we do all the metro projects, all the elevated corridors, highways, these kind of projects. Then we have mining, irrigation, electrical T&D I have already touched upon. So these are the 7 big divisions that we have in our company. And as we speak, we have a very diversified portfolio of projects. Okay. So we have almost, equal kind of exposure of almost everywhere.
Okay. All right, Mr. Sharma. Well, we appreciate you joining in, giving us all of those details, taking us through your targets for this year and even post that. Thanks so much for joining in, Mr. Sharma, and wishing you a Happy New Year in case we don't speak before then. And we look forward to having a chat with you when exactly you can revise those guidance numbers or give us a further outlook for FY25?